Today we're going to talk about one of the greatest players to have ever played the game of basketball, Larry Bird, and the rule that bears his name. The Larry Bird rule, more commonly known as bird rights, is a provision in the NBA's collective bargaining agreement that allows teams to re-sign their own free agents even if they have exceeded the salary cap. But there's a catch. The player must have spent the last 3 years in a row with the same team or on the same contract. Before I explain bird rights in more detail, I just want to highlight that 99% of the viewers of our videos are unsubscribed. If you watch these videos, please do me a favour and remember to subscribe. As the channel grows, so will the content, and I have big plans for our videos. However, I need the backing of viewers in order to succeed. Now, let's talk about the NBA's salary cap system, which is linked to the bird rights. The NBA has a soft salary cap, which means that while there is a set cap, teams are able to exceed it through various exemptions. However, this system is not without its critics. In 1983, the salary cap was introduced by the NBA as a hard cap, and the Boston Celtics were in a situation where they couldn't re-sign their star player Larry Bird without breaking the cap. This led to the introduction of the Larry Bird exemption, more commonly known as bird rights, in the collective bargaining agreement, which allows teams to re-sign their own free agents even if they exceed the salary cap. You may be wondering why a salary cap was introduced by the NBA. Following the creation of the ABA in 1967, the NBA and ABA were in competition for players. Due to the influx of new basketball teams in America, it meant that ABA teams had to offer higher wages to entice the best players to a lesser league. This started a salary war for players. In 1976, the NBA and ABA merged, with a handful of ABA teams moving into the NBA. In 1983, the average NBA player earned $286,000 a year. The NBA was not the business empire it is today. As an example, the 1989 NBA finals were not shown on live TV and were actually recorded and shown later at night on TV. Due to the poor health of the NBA and fears it might go bust, the league and the National Basketball Players Association agreed to introduce a salary cap in order to help maintain the league. There's a lot more detail to the introduction of a salary cap, but we will cover that topic in another video. While the rule is named after Larry Bird, it's important to note that he was not the first player to be affected by this exception. But since its introduction, many other players have been able to sign new contracts thanks to the bird rights. Bird rights also have implications for free agency. A player's cap hold, or the amount of money that counts towards a team's salary cap, depends on their last salary and their bird rights. And teams can relinquish a player's bird rights, but they can only be re-signed for a place under the salary cap or an exception. I hope you found this summary on bird rights helpful. If you want to learn more about the NBA, then perhaps watch this video here on how the NBA draft works.